When Massachusetts launched a program to make community college free for students 25 and older, enrollment at these colleges jumped for the first time in nearly a decade. But enrollment is still well below pre-pandemic levels. And now Governor Maura Healey's administration is looking to make community college free for all state residents. GBH News higher education managing editor and correspondent Kirk Carapezza has been following the story. He joins me now along with Rebecca Beauchesne, who was able to go back to college last fall thanks to the program. Thank you both so much for being here. Rebecca, congratulations. I mean, how did that feel? Can you talk a little bit about your journey? You took some time off, a couple decades. You had been enrolled in a community college program. What's this been like for you?
It's been life-changing. I've gained so much confidence since going back to school. When I first learned about the program last March, I was following the budget along, waiting for it to be signed. When it was finally signed in August, I burst into tears. I contacted my husband. I said, "This is it. I'm finally going to finish what I started." And I enrolled the very next day with Northern Essex Community College. Everyone there was really excited. They were notified at the same time I was, so I think we were trying to navigate the process together, but everyone was exceptional and made me feel very comfortable in the process. For the first class that I enrolled, I wanted to pick one that I knew I would enjoy, that I wouldn't be defeated with. So I love to write. I took English, and that was probably a really good decision for me because it lit that fire under me to really feel like, yes, I'm going to lock in and I'm going to finish my degree this time.
And you had been working on your degree, but you had a job and you're a mom. And I think for so many women, that's a phenomenon that happens, in addition to the extreme cost of higher education, right?
Yes.
Where you just felt like it was a little too much at that time.
Absolutely. Yeah. I was lucky enough. My son had graduated high school, so I did have that space where he had flown the nest, and I could focus on me. So for me, that timing really worked out. Instead of work-life balance, though, now it is work-life school balance. I am taking one class at a time. I'm doing that right now because that's what I feel comfortable with, and that's what makes me feel not so overwhelmed. Because I know as soon as I feel overwhelmed, I may look for an out, and I don't want to do that.
Yeah, and you're on a track now where you'll be in this community college, you'll get your associates, and then you'll sort of transition into a 4-year program and go from there. We talked a little bit, you want to do business stuff, and I think in Kirk's story you had said that you want to I think on your gravestone to say like Dr. Beauchesne. So
yes.
Beauchesne. Yeah.
Yes.
That's so exciting.
No matter what the degree is in.
Yes.
I want to be doctor. Yes.
That's so exciting. So we talked a little about this previously. There's been, there's been a bunch of initiatives legislatively to make community college free for everyone. At the same time, like we've seen an uptick here in Massachusetts, but why do you think that community college enrollment has gone down in general?
Overall.
Yeah.
Right. So it's up 8%, largely due to this new free community college program here in the state. But community colleges were hit hardest during the pandemic. And that's because thousands of students thought that classes could only be held in person, and those that could only be held in person were canceled. So think programs like nursing or culinary programs. So enrollment is down 25% since before the pandemic, and it's down 40% here since 2014. And those swings are much more dramatic than when you look at national rates. But enrollment, it's also important to keep in mind that enrollment at community colleges is cyclical. So when the economy is up, community college enrollment tends to go down. And this is kind of the big play for Massachusetts, is dangling this program out there and see if more people like Rebecca will take them up on it, because it's a huge market. There's 40 million people in this country who have some college but no degree, right? And they've put the time in, they have some credits, but they have no degree or certificate to show for it. So this is a big play for these adult students, and as you mentioned, Governor Healey and other leaders would love to make this free for all residents if taxpayers can afford it.
I imagine that it would also ultimately be a boon to the economy as well. Is that part of the thinking in moving this forward? What is the reasoning for? Right.
I mean, part of it's a response to that enrollment crisis that we just mentioned. Since before the pandemic, there's 1 million fewer college students who, haven't evaporated, but they've left college, right? But it's also a response to the workforce demands, right? You have employers who are saying, look, we need more people with degrees and certificates. We're in a state that has the highest percentage of workers with 4-year degrees. But the number of high school graduates that pool is shrinking. It peaked in 2001, and now we're facing this demographic cliff that's coming in 2026 because it's 18 years after 2008 during the Great Recession when a lot of American families decided to stop having kids and they never started again. So it's a cliff. There's no rebound coming. So we have the same number of schools competing for the same number of students, or for a shrinking pool of students, but thanks again to this program, the 15 community colleges here in Massachusetts all saw at least a slight uptick in the number of students.
And this program, I think in your reporting, you said that 2/3 of states across the nation are now offering some form of free community college. Right. I think the most robust research we've seen is out of Tennessee, where only 1 in 5 adults who enrolled in their program have actually graduated. So there's enrollment, and then there's also graduation.
Right, so there's inputs and there's outcomes, right? So the inputs, it worked. When Tennessee did this, Tennessee's a Republican-led state. This is more than 10 years ago, so we have some research to see whether it worked. And like Massachusetts, in that first year, we saw a slight an uptick. It went up 5%. But then over time, it slowly decreased. And since the pandemic, enrollment, even in Tennessee where it's free, has gone down. But it doesn't necessarily mean that students graduate because, as Rebecca knows, there's a lot of other factors involved other than just tuition, right? Life gets in the way. You have a job. There's opportunity cost. We have some states now, like Vermont, California, that are trying these pilot programs where they're actually paying students to go to college, specifically in fields where they know they need workers, so things like early child care. Vermont did that during the pandemic. But yeah, economists say that community colleges, if this is going to work, they need to improve their product, right? And they need to provide more guidance, 24/7 guidance. They need to offer the programs, when students and parents can actually go to the classes, not between 10 and 1 on Tuesdays and Thursdays when the professors want to teach.
Rebecca, we have about 30 seconds left, but what do you, as somebody who's in this, what do you think that students need to feel supported, to be able to make it to graduation?
I'd say just reach out to community colleges. They are ready with open arms. Start with an easy class, get your feet wet again, and just don't lose that traction. Because the only thing you're going to lose is that feeling you get that you didn't finish.
Great. Kurt Carapezza, Rebecca Boucher, thank you both so much for being here.